Hi, growth seekers. So this show, oh my goodness, it has it all, doesn't it? The excitement and the fears that new love can bring, challenging family tensions, and the insecurity that we might feel with an ex, and losing ourselves in a relationship. I'm going to unpack all these issues and more, just like I would in a therapy session with Joanne and Noah individually, as if I were their therapist.
Are you even a little bit Jewish?
Nope. Plus, I don't believe in God.
Complicated, vulnerable, beautiful woman.
I'm not vulnerable.
You know, Joanne, as I'm getting to know you, one thing that I sense about you is that you pridefully march to the beat of your own drum, and that you value being open and honest. So remember when you told me that you couldn't sleep because he was all you could think about, and you kept trying to catch his scent on your coat? That's normal. It's overwhelming excitement in the early stage of a relationship. It can feel almost like an obsession. I do want to share with you, because you love to march to the beat of your own drum, that one of the biggest challenges that we face in a relationship as it unfolds is staying true to yourself without losing your individuality or getting lost in a relationship.
Try it.
Yeah?
You know, opening up about something that makes you uncomfortable. It helps people connect to you.
So yay you, it took courage and vulnerability for you to show up at Noah's temple unannounced, perhaps seeking a deeper connection even though you knew it was a risk. You leaned into vulnerability again during your conversation, encouraging a more meaningful exchange.
Engaged.
I know.
Of course he's engaged.
But then later on, you shared with me that you found out that he is engaged. And I know that that hurt. This is one of the most difficult challenges of dating. You open up and you try to trust someone only to discover that something can shift everything. It's a reminder that while vulnerability, it is essential, I promise you, for genuine connection, it also leaves us open for potential hurt. But try not to believe that this hurt means that you should never risk vulnerability again, because that will only create walls and that will keep you from genuine connection.
A gentleman I never would have spoken to had I known you were engaged.
Not engaged. Almost, yes, but it never happened. Well, for whatever it's worth, I'm very sorry. I didn't handle it right.
Rebecca sounds really pretty.
So Noah reached out to you to repair things, and it sounds like he genuinely tried to understand how you felt after finding out about his engagement. But can we talk about your feelings around his ex? It is so easy to fall into comparison and doubt in the beginning of a relationship when there is an ex, especially since they just broke up. But remember, marching to the beat of your own drum is very important to you, so try to hold on to that. Comparing yourself to his ex will only lead you to losing that beautiful part of who you are.
Biography. There's nothing here.
Having trouble computing how you go from a kiss that passionate and then you just don't respond for over 3 hours.
So now you continue to be vulnerable, but now it is stirring up anxiety for you. So tell me what's going on for you.
Yes. Who cares? I certainly don't. I'm not spiraling.
Oh my God, she's in a complete spiral.
You are really feeling anxious and vulnerable right now. So it's clear that you took a risk by texting Noah, and when you didn't hear back from him as quickly as you expected, it triggered a lot of uncomfortable and anxious feelings for you. And most people feel this way, especially at the beginning of dating, when you start to realize that you have genuine feelings for someone. Taking a risk in expressing your feelings can be both exciting, right? And absolutely terrifying.
My mom is really emotional, and it always pushed my dad away. An even bigger fear, I will become emotionally dependent on a guy who will one day realize that I'm too much and break my heart. I showed him all of my crazy.
So you took a risk in being vulnerable with Noah, and you did it in the most creative way, which I'm sure Noah really appreciated. And when he said that it would kill him to break your heart, that's a beautiful and caring response. But remember, while his words are meaningful, it's actions over time that truly show someone's intentions and commitment. And remember this, I think it's so important to know that hurt is a natural, normal part of relationships, but what is most important is being able to repair that hurt in a healthy way. Can we talk a bit about how you describe yourself as emotional like your mom, and that you believe that her emotions pushed your dad away? It is so important for you to ask yourself this: how am I different from my mom? And how is Noah different from your dad? You are both completely different people, and recognizing this can help you avoid getting stuck in seeing yourself or Noah in only one way. It allows you to see the full picture of who both of you are. And another thing, instead of calling yourself crazy, try recognizing that you have a complex inner world. And people with a complex inner world often have depth, making them very interesting and insightful. And while I know sometimes it can be challenging for you, you have awareness around this, and that's a strength. And that means that you can learn to manage your emotions in a positive way.
Are you talking to Rebecca behind my back? Passcode.
0372.
Don't want to look.
Okay, so trust has been challenged, and like we talked about earlier, it is understandable that you feel threatened by Rebecca, and given how recently she and Noah broke up, trust is very fragile in situations like this. However, it sounds like Noah has done a good job of validating your feelings and showing empathy and offering you much needed and deserved reassurance. All of these are so important to build a healthy relationship. And you have done a great job recognizing that Noah is providing this for you. It's why you didn't need to look at his phone when he gave you the passcode. This all helps to build trust, and it is a good sign that both of you are putting in the effort. Trust takes time, but this is a good, solid start.
Please, call me Elon.
Pleasure to meet you, Bina.
Please, call me Mrs. Rockloff. This is how you make money? Talking about what you do behind closed doors?
Enough.
But you're never gonna end up with my son.
This is a big challenge for you and Noah when family disapproval is involved. Let me say this, it was a big deal for Noah to tell his mom to stop. In that moment, he chose to support you rather than side with his mom. And in doing that, he was showing his commitment to you and your relationship. But there is a big important lesson here. When you walked in on Noah's mother eating pork, you caught her in a vulnerable moment, and it helped you be more comfortable with the person that you are. And guess what? She liked you. That's because authenticity is attractive. Now I get it. She is still working against you, but hang on to who you are despite the challenges that she may bring to you in your relationship with Noah.
I feel like such an idiot because I gave up like a very important work thing to be here with him.
I am confident and I am empowered. That's like my whole brand. And that's what I should be focusing on. Me.
Ever since you started dating this guy, you know, you're just like changing every single thing about yourself.
No, I have not.
It's like, oh my God, he didn't text me back. Oh my God, I hope his friends like me. Oh my God, I love basketball.
I would never say that.
You did.
I guess I could be done trying to impress Esther, and I should probably stop bending over backwards to get everyone else to like me. I should stop pretending to like basketball.
So it sounds like it's becoming increasingly difficult to balance Noah's family's disapproval while staying true to yourself. It is understandable that you want their acceptance and approval, especially when you're committed to moving forward with Noah. But staying authentic is so important as well. I would encourage you to focus on open communication with Noah, like we talked about before. Share your feelings and concerns with each other so that you can both stay on the same page. And together you can create boundaries with his family that honor both your relationship and your individuality.
And I also made a decision.
Yeah?
I'm gonna convert.
Are you serious?
Noah, I would do anything for you.
Wow, so you decided to convert to Judaism. I did not see that coming. Can I say this to you? It's really important to think about why you're making this choice. Are you converting because you genuinely believe in the faith? Or is it more about maintaining your relationship with Noah and seeking his family's approval? It's important to consider your reasons because making such a big decision for someone else can lead to feeling resentful in the future or losing a part of yourself later on, like we've been talking about. What matters most is that this choice feels true to you and who you are, and it fits with your own values so that you can feel comfortable and authentic with whatever path you take. And keep this in mind, if this decision that you're making leads to feeling resentment later, resentment will become toxic and create serious challenges for both of you in your relationship.
Because I love you, I can't convert. But if I'm being honest, I was only doing it for you.
Oh, Joanne, that must have been so hard for you. I know that you're feeling such a deep sense of loss because you really love Noah. That is so clear. But I want you to know that you did something really brave, not just for yourself, but for both of you. Staying true to yourself is so important because if you were to lose your sense of self and authenticity in the relationship, it really would create bigger challenges later on. So by being honest now, you're actually giving both of you a better chance for a healthier connection if there's a future together. And I do hope that something shifts for the two of you and you can find a way to move forward together. I know that you said that Noah reached out to you, and I can only say one thing. Thank goodness there's going to be a season 2. Okay, so let's move on to Noah's therapy, and I'm going to start at the beginning with him, just like I did with Joanne.
Jewish, like an aunt or a great-grandmother, a forged document?
Nope. Why?
Well, rabbi Gentile, it's pretty hard to pull off.
Women, like men, are meant to experience big old
Noah, it's so exciting to meet someone you feel so connected to, especially after your recent breakup with Rebecca. You know, you shared with me that when you met Joanne, something really lit up inside of you, and I don't want to downplay those feelings at all. Joanne, though, is very different from Rebecca. She's witty, she's more uninhibited, and she speaks very directly, which is a new energy that brings something really appealing to you. But keep this in mind. It's important to recognize that part of what you're feeling could be the excitement of something completely different, especially after the disconnection you felt with Rebecca. You know, when we start a new relationship right after a breakup, it's easy to be drawn to those contrasts. And while this connection with Joanne is clearly something that seems to be building into something meaningful, it's also helpful to think about what's driving your attraction. Is it just the difference from Rebecca, or is there something deeper about Joanne herself?
I wonder if I really am the reason that Rebecca got into an accident.
Oh, stop.
And how selfish is it to want someone new and exciting, no matter how long it would last, no matter who it hurts? Just been wondering if I'm a terrible person.
Noah, ending a relationship doesn't make you a bad person, and being happy doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes people get hurt when a relationship ends, but it is clear that you still care about Rebecca, especially since you were checking in on her when she was in the hospital. One thing to consider is that you're managing your emotions around all of this, and there's so much here to manage. It might be helpful to share some of those feelings with Joanne so she understands where you're at emotionally. It's always helpful that open communication can help you both navigate the complexity that you're both dealing with in starting this new relationship together, while you're also processing the ending of your last relationship.
My mom is really emotional, and I always tried really hard not to be like that. I think I'm realizing an even bigger fear. I will become emotionally dependent on a guy who will one day realize that I'm too much and break my heart.
It would truly kill me to break your heart.
These are big, vulnerable feelings for her, and it sounds like you're deeply concerned about not wanting to hurt her, even saying it would break your heart if that happened. But here's something to consider. Hurt is a natural part of all relationships. So no matter how much we care about someone, there will always be moments where we unintentionally cause pain. What really matters, what's most important, is how both of you, during those moments of hurt, repair that hurt together so that you can grow stronger as a couple.
Question, is that a blazer you're wearing over your sweatshirt?
Nope, it's a sport coat. Thank God I had it in the car.
Call me Lynn.
Will do.
And who are these for?
They're for you.
For me?
Yes.
Why?
My money's on the flowers. They were too big.
It
I can
wasn't
see that.
just any one thing.
Sure, okay, listen. I wanted your family to like me, okay? I tried to impress them. That's not as lame as you think it is.
So it sounds like meeting Joanne's family was a bit tricky for you, especially since you approached them in the way that's typical in your family. But her family is very, very different. It also sounds like Joanne wasn't thrilled with you about some of your behavior, which can happen when families have different dynamics. But the important thing is that you both worked through it, which is a big milestone in your relationship. And as you go on, I would encourage you to stay open and curious about each other's family norms and try to find common ground that will help you both feel more at ease in situations like this.
Joanne, this is my friend.
Really loading up here.
Yeah. It's all for me. Thinking about that, it's gonna be pretty boring. You might wanna just hang here, relax, read a book.
Oh, no.
Showed up unexpectedly, and I don't know if it's a good idea for him to see me with you here.
Ooh, Noah, you've shared quite a bit with me about how you introduced Joanne as a friend to a fellow rabbi and even asked her to hide in your room, although I know you didn't use the word hiding, but that's essentially what you were asking her to do. I want to gently ask you this. What's really going on for you in those moments? Is it fear, or is it shame, or maybe embarrassment? It's important for you to explore these feelings so that you can better understand what's driving your actions. You know, by being aware of this, you can figure out how you want to move forward in a way that feels more authentic and aligned with the relationship that you want to build with Joanne.
The reality is, if I'm gonna spend my life with someone, I need them to be Jewish. Did you ever consider converting?
I understand that you asked Joanne to convert, and you said that her being Jewish is necessary for you to commit to her. I wonder, though, if that might feel like an ultimatum to Joanne, even if that wasn't your intention. It's important to really consider how that might affect her, especially since it's such a big decision that should come from a place of personal choice for her and not pressure. If the two of you can have an open and honest conversation about your feelings and you can maybe navigate this in a more collaborative way, it can help prevent misunderstandings in the future and create more of a respectful and supportive path for both of you.
Please, call me Mrs. Rockloff. Oh, is this pork? Just throw this in the trash. All my former lovers for public consumption. Embarrassing. No woman should act this way.
Mom, enough.
Ooh, Noah, so Joanne met your family, especially your mom, and you mentioned that you stood up to your mom when she was giving Joanne a hard time. I imagine that was not easy for you, but it was probably necessary. Both of you have been dealing with so much pushback from family and friends, and one thing to keep in mind about your mom is that your mom loved Rebecca, and not too long ago she thought the two of you were getting married. So in her own way, she is likely grieving too. Maybe you and Joanne can work together on how to stand strong as a couple while still finding a way to stay connected with your family, you know, rather than feeling like you're working against them. I actually think that both Joanne and your mom are strong women who both march to the beat of their own drum, and hopefully they will learn to like each other.
I like you so much more than I thought I would.
Oh, that's sweet.
But you're never gonna end up with my son.
Oh, so your mom is surprised that she likes Joanne, and yet she is not accepting your relationship. Give her time.
I'm saying goodbye.
No, Joanne.
No,
I don't want to lose you.
You can't have both.
I can't have both.
I am so sorry to hear that Joanne broke up with you, and she asked you not to follow her, but you did anyway, telling her that you understand that you can't have both. So you know what that means. The good news is that I'm so happy to hear that you were renewed for season 2 so that we can pick up our sessions again. Dating is a very, very slippery slope. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and more than anything, I hope you get off those dating apps. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for your support, and I hope that my content supports you in return. See you soon.